All right. So basically, I would quickly want to say something about difference between the general Office and Office 365. So, but before I proceed, you can stop me at any point in time, okay? So that um, if you want to ask any question, you can please stop me so that we can follow along. So, the general office and the normal Office 365 are typically the same thing, right? So if you are using the updated version of Office apps like maybe 2019 or 2016, yeah, you'll probably see most of all the updates that we have in Office 365 in the 2019 version. But the difference there is that the 2019 or 2016, they are just what we refer to them as one-time purchase. So it means that when you purchase it, you have your product key, and those product key or those version, they are not eligible for subsequent updates. But Office 365 is a license based in the sense that it's been activated by your username, and you renew it by your uh, subscription every month, every year, as the case may be, and it's eligible to every new update uh, that comes in every now and then. Okay, so that is a little thing about that. So the next thing I would like to talk about is the tab ribbons in Outlook. So generally, this that we are seeing at the top here, each of these I'm clicking here is what refers to as the tabs, or we can also call it ribbons. So each of the ribbons has what we call commands. So each of these new items, delete and whatever, they are what we refer to as a command, and they perform different functions. So I will try as much as possible to touch as many of them. So some that I felt are quite easily understandable, I might quite skip them. And you can also ask me question. Please don't be afraid. So even though I don't know it, I may not know everything. So that is normal. So I will come back and give you the answer. Right. So that is that. So if you click on each of these, it gives you some of these commands. Right. So the only one that's a bit different out of all the tabs is the file. So the files is quite different from every other one, which actually give you some other more functionality and options, which will refer to as the backstage setting most of the time. So every other thing here on the files might be self-explanatory. So, but some of the things that we need to check in the files is under options, right? So under the options is where we have lots of settings. So, and all the settings we have here, most of them are also definitely on the commands on the tabs. So we might necessarily not come into this one by one, but we'll touch a few things. So now that I'm here on the general tab, so on the general tab, I will just pick a few things here so that I felt it's definitely necessary. So the first one is store or sync my setting to the cloud. So anytime you check this, you ensure that your Outlook setting is synced to the cloud, such that when you go to another system, it's expected to replicate all those settings. That is one thing. And under the user interface options, right, which just talks about to maybe if you are using a dual display, but I think this particular option is very fine. So another thing here is show mini tab or mini toolbar on selection, and enable live preview. So now these two options are usually in play whenever, let's say something like this. So I create a new mail and I type stuff. So when I do the highlight here, this is the mini toolbar that maybe this you might find this annoying, so that is how you can turn it off. Then the other one there, let me quickly go back to option. The other one there is enable live preview. So maybe when you have this, and by the time you trying to do some of these things, the live preview would show if the subject is showing up, or maybe the defect is taking place or not. So that is just about that. Under the general tab, so I think something that is a bit useful here is you want to customize the Microsoft Word or personalize your view. So you can enter it as your own name. I have my name here under your initials, and you want to change the background of what the office looks like. So you can do that. So that is just what that settings we do for you essentially. So I would like to check another settings under that, which I feel is also good. We should know about, think under mail, right? Under mail. So under the mail, last week I was asked about maybe to set up default default fonts and all that. So that option is here under the stationery and events. So you see it here. So new mail message, reply and forwarding message. So all you need to do is to click on the font here, and you specify whatsoever that suits what you want, and anything you specify here, and you okay it, and you specify the same thing here.
Sorry, please, can you take that again? Where did you go to? Mail.
Okay, so the mail, and under stationery and font.
And font.
Yeah, so here, so anything I set in here would give us that function. So, and that is that. So there is something that I feel is also necessary here. This is the message arrival. So you can choose to disable this maybe when a message arrives, and when the message arrives, show envelope in the tags bar. Like there is, you usually see one small icon here to notify you, and display alert on the desktop. Something will pop up by the side here, so maybe you don't want to be seeing such, so you can quickly come here and disable that. So I think that is good enough here. So most of these things here are on this command, which I would go through briefly, and obviously I will touch some of them. So I also want to talk about the toolbar. Now this toolbar generally is let me cancel this new message. Okay, so this toolbar is generally what we have here, right? So we can try to do a little bit of customization to what we have here. So let me see. Okay, so if I click on this guy here, so ribbon, display ribbon option, so I have three options. So if I auto hide it, so that's menu or ribbon at the top has gone off. So then I can come back to show tabs alone. So it's only the tabs that is showing, and then show tabs and command. So we have all the commands and coming back. So the next thing we have here is the search. So the search can do a whole lot of things for us. So, and let me just go through some of them. So from the search here, I can search for emails. I can search for emails. And there's something I want you to take note here. When I click on the search, you notice that the menu that I have here changed. So it's kind of contextual, kind of. Let me go back again so that I can notice the difference. So when I click here, it gives me some menu. So which means that I can search based on different criteria. I can search based on category, if it has attachment, if it is flagged, and all this. So one thing I want to note here is search to. So okay, let me quickly talk about the index status. So index is just like
Sorry, still on the search button. Can you search for maybe if you're trying to just search your inbox or
yes.
your sent items, how can you differentiate it?
Now on this place here, I can search for all mailbox. I can search for wherever. Okay, you're talking about if I'm searching for inbox.
Maybe you're just trying to test your inbox alone.
Okay. Usually, let me check. There used to be the settings here that shows me that, but if it's not showing there, there is a better way. I think there is an option that you can use to maybe inbox sent. So I can do this like to search from inbox, but I don't think that is efficient enough. Before now, it used to show here.
Yes, it used to show.
But
I think this new version.
Yeah, but it's still better. It's still better in the sense that if anything you search, it will still give you the result no matter what. So it will still give you the result, that I'm quite sure, unless if there is a problem, because there's been a situation whereby search has issue. So most times search issue might be maybe from the computer, but I don't want to talk about search challenge now, but it can happen sometimes anyway. So that is that. So but for the search for inbox, search for sent, there is a string that I can type here. I think if I do inbox, I'm not really very peculiar how I bring it that out now. I'll put column wherever, so that can also bring it out. I will confirm that and drop it on the chat. Okay, so I was trying to talk about this guy here. So the index is just like to check if all the index has been or the mailbox has been indexed just like normal index of our book, just something that will point us to the right direction. So we can see here location to search. So why I come in here is maybe if you have different mailboxes, and for example, if I have unchecked this guy here and I am trying to search here, so automatically anything I'm searching would not go into this guy. So just need to take note of that. That is something I want to show here. Then still back to the search. So here we can see the entire current folder. Maybe you are in a particular folder like inbox, or you are in a folder like maybe sent. Maybe if I come in here now, I'm in a sent folder, right? So if I come in here now, so current folder will be the right option for me, right? So that is something that I can also use. So current folder, then maybe a current mailbox, or if you have more than one mailbox attached here, current mailbox, all mailboxes, all Outlook items. So that is that. So and another thing that you can also do in the search here, maybe there is a function you want to do, you don't know, you can also do it here. So you can, for example, I want to say forwarding, or let me say auto reply. So if I put it here, it's a function here. So actually, so I do this, so it will bring it up. So that can also help. And maybe in another way, maybe if I'm also searching for maybe rules is also a function. It will just take me to the place I can create it. Then maybe I'm looking for signature, it will also take me there. So that is something we should know about that. And I would from there, so I would also want to point us to something like uh, if you type any words, for example, maybe I can say signature. So it's most likely it will bring up this thing. So a help. So you can get help based on a particular topic. Maybe you want to do something, it can also help you to do that. So for example, if I click on get help, so maybe because this thing is not correct, definitely it's not giving me a meaningful answer. So in another way, you can get help from here when you go to the help tab, as the case may be. So help, so I think if you click here, you can show some training, that's some short videos that you can play with sometimes, and get some good information from that as well. Okay, so from there I would like to talk about um, shortcuts in Outlook. So most of us like to use it. So basically shortcuts, you can access them in different way, but I'm not going to try to bother us on how. You just see how to get it. So most of the time when you click and you work on these things, when you place your cursor on them, the ones that have the shortcut would display the shortcut you want to use. So if they are relevant and important to you, as you place, or you can just place your cursor on them, you can see them to generate, like this one is not showing the shortcut to navigate you straight there. Another thing you can also do with that is, for example, if I press Alt, you can see when I press alternate on the keyboard, right, it's showing some label everywhere, kind of. So what it means is that if I press, for example, I press H, so when I press H, so it takes me to Home tab, and inside Home tab it's also showing me different whatever shortcut that I might be interested in. So let's say, for example, I can say H, and this is I think I new item. So if I press I, so under that I is still bringing out some other options for me. So maybe I can say H, chat. So the guy threw me over to Microsoft Teams, right? So so that is that. So you can play with that sometimes to also help yourself to move fast, kind of. So if I press Alt again, I press O on my keyboard, so it shows me different things of this. So I can, if I say N new folder, so try to create a new folder for me. So it's also something you can also play with around, to a kind of shortcut that I think would be very useful for us. So from there I would like to go to this navigation that we have here at the bottom, right? So majorly we have mails, this is mail icon, calendar, contact, tags. So if I click here, I have some other options or some other actions available. So maybe you want to see everything at once, navigation option. So you can actually customize the way you want it to be, move some up or down, move then maybe increase the number to 5, however as the case may be. So that's okay. Let's say, for example, I want to increase this guy to 5. So if I increase to 5, so I should see more actions coming in. So based on my screen, that will still also determine item 5. So another thing is, if I say uncheck this guy and I click this, so it will make it this way. So if this is what you want, that is also available for you. So but let me make it compact and click OK. So on this my left hand here, at this bottom here, this place is very important. in the sense that sometimes if you are not getting email, you can just check what is showing here connected to Exchange and something like that, and see if all folders up to date, right? So then from there, this is kind of view that might also be interested. Maybe you want to have a good space on your screen, so I click on this view. So this view actually collapse some of the things I have here, and we will still also talk about some of this pane later afterwards. So if I click on this, so this is bringing it back for me. So if it is something you want to do, you can check on that. So I also want to talk about quick access to this one. I think I almost forget it. So this one, quick access. So maybe some of the tools that you think you use more often, can hang them here, right? So if I click here, so I can hang more things here. Maybe I can put save. So save icon will be here. So I can put forward icon will be here. So if you still don't like where it's staying, I think you can put it show below the ribbon. So it's showing below here. Maybe it's more accessible for you here, so you can add more function as you think you need. And maybe out of the functions that you are using here on your tabs,
Sorry, I'm sorry to take you back. I'm not sure I got that.
all right,
Your last explanation, how to customize your
quick action.
yeah, the quick action. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so it's just initially it's at the top here, right? So you can bring in more of the functions that you feel you use more often, instead of before you start searching for it, right? So you can hang them here. So all you need to do is click here. We have some pre-built ones here, so you can add to them. So and I now try to bring it to the bottom to get closer. So I was saying,
did you bring it? You just dragged it.
you can also drag, but that might get it scattered. So this option, show above ribbon, show below ribbon, right? So if any of the function here you want to show here, so maybe I'm in home, for example, I want to bring new message here, so I can right click on any of these and say add to quick access. So it will add many of them as I want. So I can click on this one, add to quick access, so you can do it as much as you want. So you can also put more commands, so maybe that at your own time, come in here and select more command that you want to add, and put the command and add it, and so that's whichever way you want it. And think that is that. So let me close this guy. So that is just about the quick access to. So it's just to enhance how you interact with the function. Okay, so I'll also let me try to do something here. Let's say I create a new mail and I'm typing the email, and at some point I don't want to continue to type it, so we can click on save, just like normal saving. So as you click on save here, it should save it into as draft, right? So and there's one other function that is now popular here now. This is dictate. So I can dictate. Oh my god, I'm inside the VM, so this is not working for me. So if I'm not actually on a virtual machine, so you can actually test it on your end. So I did not configure my voice here on the virtual machine, so that is why I got this error. So all I just need to click and start talking, then to start typing it out. So accuracy of how it types it out is really depending on what the machine learning here you're saying. So that, but at least most of the time they are very accurate, very accurate. So you can also try that out. Maybe you don't want to type, so just click on the dictate, and once you click on the dictate, the menu, this stuff will come up here, and then so you can also have some option here on the dictate, so auto punctuation. So these are just a few things you can customize, but most cases you don't need to do that. Just click on it and start dictating, and to start writing out those things that you are currently dictating, and you can work on them as time goes on. So I would from there try to check something here. So from here, I see something called focus and others, right? So let me quickly say something about it, focus and others. So what it really means is not really something special. It's just something that it depends on the machine learning thing, right? So the machine learning just feel like, okay, some mails are important, they should come under focus, and then maybe someone send you some marketing email or some whatever things, you can put them under others. So but in some way it can be confusing sometimes. Okay, so maybe if you don't like it, so you can come under view, you can see show focus inbox, then you can turn it off. So now I've turned off the focus, so all I have is red and unread. So you can actually leave it that way, which I believe might be good, because someone might send you an important email, and maybe because Outlook felt you've never received an email from that person, and it will throw it under others, and then you might be looking for it here and there, right? So now that we are under view, so let me quickly talk about something. So focus, right? So let me jump to this here, view pane, right? So folder pane rather. So folder pane is this guy here. So for example, if I say folder pane is a normal favorite, so this favorite option, should it show or not? So I've turned it off, it's not showing. Normal, minimized, so it's in the minimized version of it, and turn it off, so it's off. So but I think it should be there, so you can now put it maybe normal or minimize, as the case may be. So the favorite also, you can also put it if you like it. And let me see, I'm seeing option, let's see what can we do. Okay, so under the option, okay, technically this option is what we saw here the other time. This navigation option is what we are seeing here. So I think we have checked this. So the next one is the reading pane. So think this is what we have here. So some, for example, what I have here is write, the write method. That this one, when I click the message, is showing here. When I click on this, is showing here. So if I go to bottom, so the message is showing at the bottom. So that's that. So if this is what you like, good, you can work with that. You can turn it off if you don't want it at all. So which means whenever you have a message, you need to double click the message to view it, unlike you click it and come in here. So I think now that I'm on this view, let me quickly check something. Message preview. So the message preview you are seeing here, say line 1. So if I put it line 3, okay, it's asking me if I want to apply to all mailbox. So let me just say this folder. So it's just showing me the first 3 lines of the emails that I have, right? So if I say 1 line, so it's showing 1 line. So if I say off, so no no line is showing at all. So but I think this right looks nice, so it depends on you. So, and then one thing here is also to do bar. To do bar. So to do bar would show so many things, but now it's not showing for us. So if I say calendar, so it will bring up here. So sometimes it's very nice you have this calendar, maybe if you are using calendar as the case may be. So maybe you want to check if you have an appointment for certain day. So before you can go back to your calendar view and start checking your calendar, it's nice for you to just have it here. So maybe on Wednesday 2nd, as the case may be. So these are all the appointment I have for that day, so which is a very good way to check instead of going here. So kind of save some time. So still under the view and people. So now based on the calendar configuration, I can see this guy is busy within this time, right? So by default I should not be able to book on our calendar, right? So but you can do some permission such that I can be able to book on Miriam's calendar. So I have access to my own calendar, right? So basically what you can do, let's say I want to book on my calendar. So this is my own calendar, right? So I new meeting, so I can actually create okay, where am I? Let me remove this guy calendar. So basically I can just double click. Oh, am I on the wrong calendar right now? Let me see, where am I? Okay, I'm on the wrong calendar. Okay, so this is my calendar Adele. So based on the time here, you can actually monitor the time here, or you can also set the time when you are creating a calendar. So when I double click, so I have this view, right? So on this view I can put the title of the meeting, next projects, right? So I can specify the start time, the finishing time, the dates and whatever. So if it is everyday meeting all day, that is all day throughout the whole day, you put it. And if it is a recurring meeting, recurring, that is maybe what we do every day, every week, every month, you can specify it here as well. So but technically recurring meeting usually cause issues, but not really issues. Like if the person that, because when they do recurring meeting and the person set it like maybe 10 years, 20 years, so people can do stuff like that. So it's really advised, maybe you are doing recurring meeting, should not be more than 1 year or 6 months as the case may be. So now in this case, the location, so there is, we have a room idea, like maybe if we have a room in our organization, so there are different rooms, so we can book the room here as the case may be, but the room in itself is not really compulsory, right? So when I do this here, so I can say who are the attendee of this meeting, right? So attendees, those that are required. So those that are required, and we have optional attendees. So in the real sense, right, it's not going to do anything. Maybe either you are required or you are optional. So but it's just like a way to, because when you see the invitation in your email, you see, okay, the required is optional, but most of the time everybody might be required, right? So you just need to type everyone that you should see on the meeting. So right, so once you do that, so you can type any description here if you like, right? And usually most of the time, maybe it's a Teams meeting, so I can click here. So clicking here actually makes it a Teams meeting, but just to very be sure that, okay, it's a Teams meeting, right? So and it will add all these details here. So you can type additional information here, and when you click send, right, so it will show on my own calendar, right? You can see the time, and it will also show on the person's calendar, right? So most of the time, either you accept or you don't accept, does not really mean anything. So it's just a courtesy stuff, like, okay, you see this meeting, okay, if I accept simply means I would attend the meeting, right? But if I don't accept, possibly the person that sent the meeting might feel, okay, maybe it will not come, but it's very good you accept, right? So you accept the invitation once you see it, and based on the date where you set the calendar invite. Okay, let's say it will be happening, okay, I'm saying June 16, 10 a.m., right? So once it's getting to like 30 minutes, you are using your Outlook, it will prompt you that, okay, this meeting is happening, blah blah blah. So I think 5 minutes again, it will prompt you again for that action, right? So basically that is just the way it is. And then you can also put stuff on your personal calendar. Maybe you want to determine what you do throughout your day, right? So the advantage for that is, if you're an organization and people try to check what you are doing or what you want to do, so they can see from there and say, okay, it's doing somewhere, or it's in social meeting or whatever. So that is just a very broad overview of what the calendar is talking about. So I think I've been able to do justice to that, at least just for an introduction. But calendar is very large, to be very honest. So to do, okay, so people, calendar, and people, the contacts, and task. So maybe if you have some task you create, so we need to, you see all the tasks are listed here, right? So let me say something as well. Okay, so let me talk about maybe attachments. So I don't like to see this guy here. Let me remove them. So I create a new mail and I want to do attachments. I think there are different ways to do that. So I can click here and go to whatever. So what it does most of the time is it try to check on the latest files or document that I've worked on, and it will bring them up here. So but to be I would advise, if not, you are not very sure, you can also check the document, because sometimes you might have updated it and the current one is not showing. So you can typically go to where you have your stuff, browse this PC, right? So browse from a web content, so you can go to OneDrive and pick stuff from here to attach. So you see something here, this is showing as if the way this thing was attached, right? I think let me quickly say something, let me check something here. There is a setting here, just give me a few seconds. I hope I see it now. There is a setting that talks about attachment.
Sorry, please, quick one. Is there a PDF document on the basic utilities of Outlook that one can read?
Okay,
There's always what's it called? There should be PDF for Microsoft Word to give you the basic knowledge and all that. Do you have that?
let me see if I understand it correctly. Let me try to explain something. So do you mean that in Microsoft Word, if you want to edit PDF documents?
No, I'm not saying PDF. I'm saying all this stuff you are explaining to us now.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, when Microsoft creates a new Outlook,
Yeah.
there's usually a big book for those that wants to know the minute details of the icons and everything. And there's a basic guide that will assist you on how to use it, introducing you to their software, how you go about it, what functions are for which, and all that. You have the PDF guide for Microsoft Office.
No. So I would recommend you check on this help, right? And see this training here. you would see a whole lot of them here, but I don't have that handy. So any topic or anything you type here, you definitely see more instruction and more information on that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to talk about attachments really. So let me see. So any email that has an attachment, I'm not sure if I have any email that with attachment here. Any email that has an attachment, you will see the icon showing here that is as an attachment. Let me go to search if I can search as attachment. Oh, too bad. I don't have any email with an attachment here, right? So any email that has an attachment, you will see the icon here, right? And let me see, just give me a few seconds if I can see how to bring this home with an example. You should be seeing my other screen right now. Okay, so so there's something. Okay, let me quickly send an email to myself, an attachment. So I want to do something with that which I believe might be useful. Let me create an email and see Alex no, browse from this PC. I'm not even sure there's anything here. Okay, so basically what I want to talk about is just when you see the attachment here, you see the attachment, you can just right click on it and you save it, right? And in some very occasion, you can drag and drop something into, let's say maybe you have a SharePoint site, for example. Let me see, just hold on. Let me see this guy here. Okay, don't let me just waste time with that. Don't let me waste time with that actually. So I just want to show you something with an attachment, right? So I think another thing I would like to also mention here in Outlook is this. Okay, so under this save folder, okay, under the view, let me quickly say something. So maybe after you've done all these things, right, and you felt you messed things up, so you can reset your view, right? So let's reset view. So then under folder, so let me quickly say something under this folder. I think I have about 2 or 3 things to go. I call it today. So I cannot get into Teams, but understandable. All right, so when I say search folder, so I want to talk about this new folder, right? So you can create new folder. So new folder in the sense that maybe under the inbox you want to create some folder, so you can right click, create a folder. So sometimes you can create it, maybe you feel it's needed, you want to be putting certain type of emails in there, right? So in some other way, okay, this thing, okay, no, this is my video. Could not expand the folder. Why? So hold on. Okay, so this is the folder I created. One. So you might create it such that you want to group your emails, right? So this new will also do the same thing. So, well, that is the reason why people create that folder, such that maybe your manager, any email that is coming from your manager should go in here, or maybe special type of email should go in here. So that is the reason why they create the folder. So in some regards, let's say for example, now when I'm here, okay, let's say I have this type of email, I want to be moving it here, right? So I can now say create a rule. So if I say create a rule, it will give me some option, right? But I can go more advanced, say create rule. So under the create rule, it gives me many options. So I say when I get email from, so you just need to study this and see what it's saying. It's quite self-explanatory in most cases, so you can build complex things depending on yourself. So when email is from this and the subject is from this and it is sent to only me, so you can, as the case may be, so you can say move to, I have a folder here, to 1. So I click OK. So when I click OK, so blah 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 blah. So what is saying that we have some emails that already obey that this thing, the rule I'm creating. Do I want to perform like move all of them into this one now? I say okay. So it will do that for me, and it will, I will have, so any message that is coming and meet that criteria going forward, it will obey that rule, and then it will always come in here. So that is just how the folder works and rules. So in some other case, there are different complex rules that you can create. So for example, I'm using this blank create rule. So this create rule, it depends, can say advanced option. So it can now sit down and pick and choose based on what you feel. So if the message is from this person, if the sent is this, so there are multiple options here. If the body contains specific words, right? So what are the specific words? You can put it and add it, game, add it, mouse. So depending on, so you can create some anything as you want it here. So so what should be done? You should do what? Send the message with this. So forward the message. So this is just something, it depends on individual. So you just need to sit down and see what you want to achieve, and then define it in a rule. So the rule is there to help you to achieve some task. So that is that under this. And I would also like to talk about category follow-up. I think that is something is very important. So here, let's say for example, categorization, like you want to categorize email, right? So if I right click on this, let me look for another mail. It's maybe the one that I have different. Okay, this one has a lot of emails. So okay, so I right click here, so I have a lot of options here. So but what I'm really interested in here is category. So I can create category. So what is categorization? Let me just say that generally. So it's just like you're trying to flag some email, maybe some related type of emails. You need to do the categorization by yourself. So you now ask yourself, why are you doing the categorization? So it's easier for you, maybe you are running a search or you want to see the email, may you just seeing the color, you understand what it is, right? So for example, let me go to this categorization here. So now blue, this blue, I can rename it. Maybe I can say project, right? So I call it project. So I check this. So this you can see is task market blue. So anytime I see this thing email, I know it's relating to that. So but I will be the one to do it. So then maybe next time I want to categorize, and it's okay, categorize as a project. So we can categorize all the categories here. You can give them their names as you want, as the case may be, right? So no, there's something I want to do. So you can give them their names as the case may be. you can create new category, put the colors. So though you have limited colors, as you can see. So but the most important thing is you can create the category, so which means you can see them and you can easily access them. And sometimes when you do search, you can search based on category. So that is something. So you can, maybe you want to filter for project, so to just bring all the email that I flag project. So another thing I want to talk about before I call it today is follow-up. So maybe you receive an email and you feel, okay, this email you want to follow up tomorrow, and then you need to action it or something. So you can right click and say follow up. So when you come in here, you put it follow up. So you put the day, tomorrow, next week. So when I put follow up, you can see this flag is here, and I can also add reminder to it. So what it will do is you set the time you want the reminder to start. So once it's getting to this your time you set here, it will prompt you that, okay, you can see the bell icon here is showing. So what this will do for you is, tomorrow maybe you forgot whatever, so even by tomorrow the color of this email will change to red, so that you will know that, okay, you need to action this. And based on the reminder that you have set, also it can also show for you. And the beauty of this is that when you now go to under task, it will help you. You can see that, okay, tomorrow you have a task, and I think when I go to that view, so if I'm using this view, so you can see that tomorrow I have a task that is set. So when you are done with the you can mark it as done. So once I click on the flag, so it has set it, and you can see it has checked it as done. So I can right click, I can clear flag. So clear flag means I'm removing any flag that I have set on it. It has gone. So let me go again. So follow up tomorrow, and I can set the reminder on it. Set reminder. So the reminder is there for me. So when I'm done, I can come in here and mark as done, or you can just check this. So what you can do with this one is let me check something here. Search folder. So now you can actually create a separate folder for all those follow-up items, or maybe okay, let me just go directly like this, so that maybe you can see it better. So now I'm under folder, right? So I click new search folder. So when I click on new search folder, I can create all those search folder depending on certain criteria. So it's something similar to me creating a folder here, right? But in this other scenario that I want to mention now, the folder is a kind of a virtual folder, and it runs at every point in time, right? So in that regards, let me go back to my folder, view, search folder. So now I have something here, mail flag for follow up. So if I select this, right? So now search in, so where I want to search, I have a lot of mails assigned, so I pick this, right? So when I do OK, so you can see it has shown, that's added a new content here, follow up. So any email that I mark for follow up, right, they would automatically go to that folder. Let me mark this one for follow up. It's not as if the email will leave this place. It will not. It will still be available here, but it will be available for me here. So so that at least I can see it virtually, maybe. So I have it here. So when you done or you mark it as done, then it should leave that search folder. So typically you can rename this to something that make much sense to you. So I don't know, so let me just call it follow up. So you can rename it to something that makes sense. So this is just a search virtual search, as the case may be. So you can create more of those ones also. So you can say unread emails, or say important email that are marked important, or emails from specific people. So maybe I choose this. So who are the person? So let me see, maybe email from this guy. So just double click on it, right, and click OK. So email from this guy, and I add it here. So it will show. So it's trying to pull all the emails. So definitely you cannot see any email from this guy. So that is, so if this guy should send me an email right now, this is Alan, it will definitely, I will see it in inbox, right? But when I come here, I will also see it here. So that is just a virtual way of trying to organize the stuff. So, and at any point in time, I can delete it. So if I delete it, you can see you want to permanently delete this search folder. The item contained will not be deleted. So it's something, it's just virtual. It's not, it's just like the AI, just like I create a search parameter, and it's giving me the result of that search. So that is that. So the follow-up is something you can utilize. Okay, so I think that is all I have for today, but let me see something here. What else do I think is also necessary here?
Can I ask a question?
All right, please.
Okay, you were explaining something about the focused and the others. That interface that shows focus and others. Do you understand? Do you know what I'm referring to?
I can hear you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I know
so
it.
I want to know, if you are using that interface that shows the focused and other, how can you view your unread messages? Or how do you differentiate read from unread?
Okay, so that is when you are using focus, right? Yeah, it depends on, I've turned back, so you can always sort that from here. So it's not something you sort it here.
Okay, I've seen it. The all mail, unread mails. Okay, that's fine. Then the second question is, if you want to send, is there a way we can have like an address book of all the staff? So if you want to send a mail to everybody, automatically you just, you don't have to be typing in one by one. What do we have to do?
Yeah, that is we call it distribution list, right? So the admin would have to create that, and then add everybody, and give you the name of that group, such that you just type the group. So once you send email to that, every member of the group will receive the email.
Okay. Then the last question is, if you check the comment section, I posted something.
I did not see it. Let me check. Just trying. Just hold on.
The chat session.
Yes. Okay, I'm seeing it now.
So that's how were you able to create that? I don't know if the right word is interface. Do you understand that part that shows?
Yes, it's
where they are.
It is here. Okay, let me go to home. So from the home, right, view. So if I uncheck this, everything is gone. So if I click here, so depending on what I click calendar.
Okay, tax.
Then if I want the tax to
Okay,
show, it will
okay,
come.
okay, okay. I think it's clearer. All right.
So
I think that is all the
I
question I have for today.
think that is okay. So something I think I should also mention, this add to favorite. I'm just trying to scan my eye to anything that I think is necessary. So add to favorite. This is the favorite, right? So maybe I want to add this guy to favorite. I just click add to favorite. If you come here, and I can also right click on it and say add to favorite. So that is all. There's something I'm trying to see. Okay, I think this is read, just to read your email, whatever. So address book to check the address of everybody here. And let me quickly say something on this quick step, right? So this quick step is like maybe you usually have some routine that you normally do, maybe when email comes in and whatever. So you can come in here and do it. So maybe to usually send an email, when you receive an email, usually maybe when you receive a particular email, there's something that you usually do, so to a manager. So let me cancel it now. This is here under the home, right, to a manager. So let me look for another email here. So now I have clicked on this email, right? Maybe any email that is coming from Lego, right? So to a manager, I usually forward it to someone. So if I click on this, so it's saying that what, to a manager. So which means that I can now choose the man. Let's say the manager is this Alex, or let me remove Miriam. So Alex, right? So this is Alex. So I save it, right? So what it simply means is that if I click on any email and I just say to a manager, automatically it will forward that email. Then I can just put and send. So I will not need to go to new and type the name of the person and so I can create such as I want. So this one is to team. Maybe I have a lot of people that I usually send email to. Maybe when someone send me an email, I want to broadcast it to them. So I can come in here. So you can see this is, I can add all whatsoever people I want here. So how to add multiple people here is just to you can hold your control key and start clicking like that, then just add them, they will come in here. So what it simply means is that maybe I receive this email, I want to email it to these people. I select the email email to team and save it. So so I received this email. So if I do this, you should just click open a new message and email it to them, as the case may be. So just you can do some few tasks and just customize it by yourself. So maybe we have the one for, you can create a new one, so you can create some new task. So move to folder as well. So maybe this is what we call move to folder. Move to this particular folder, maybe I1, and mark it as red. So finish. So this is one. So maybe I pick this. If I click on this, it should do that task for me. So as I click on it now, it should move it to 1. So it's just, you can create more function for yourself. So depending on how you can express your own mind, so you can do flag and move. So flag message, so you can choose the type of maybe flag it for tomorrow, and okay, this time around I don't want to move it, right? So I can just have it like that. So if I have this, maybe I have this two emails, these two emails I can flag. So it has flagged them. So if I do flag and move, let's say maybe I have created a folder here, but in most cases you don't need to create a folder for move, but I don't know, it depends on you. So that is just that about this quick step. So you can go through the quick step, and when you click the quick step, you can see the ones that you have, so you can move the ones some upwards, so you can delete some and do a few things there. So, and this is also translate. So try to translate, maybe someone send the message in China, whatever, so you can use the translate and translate to whatever. So based on that, so you have to add the language that you want to translate. But in most cases, let's say if you might need to install a few things, if the language is not installed, let me see, please restart, blah 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 blah. Okay, let me close and launch again. Okay, it's 1 hour 30 minutes already. So so if I do translate, it's translating, but anyway, it's English, so it's quite difficult for me to check that. So the reference language proofreading available. Okay, proofreading install, proofreading available. Okay, so that is that I think I have as far as Outlook is concerned. So I want to step on Teams. Before, I thought I should be able to combine them together, but for some reasons I'm unable to touch Teams. But let me say something about SharePoint generally. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let me use this 6 minutes to say something about SharePoint, right? Okay, let me stop here, because if I want to talk SharePoint, I need to talk about OneDrive together. So I just want to use this extra 6 minutes to do something. So let me just stop here. So we'll find a way to combine.
Can you ask if they have? It's possible one or two people might have questions.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, a good time anyway. Please, if you have any questions, I expect somebody to stop me at every point in time, actually. Okay, do we have any questions? Okay, maybe not what we do today, right? Anything Office 365 as regard. If I cannot answer you now, I tell you, I'll come back later. I'm not scared of questions. So. Okay, so in the absence of none, so I will encourage us to check on this help, right? To check on this help to get more advanced information. And a very quick one on Microsoft Teams, right? I will still try to do my what I need to do here, but I think we have some good resources here, which some short videos which we can play with, and yeah, so these are very short videos on virtually everything you will need as a user on Microsoft Teams. So you can, if you have some time, you can try to go through them one by one. I'm not sure if you can hear my sound. So, okay, it's a little bit large because it's doing it from a virtual machine. So, it's these are the topics. So we can go through each of these short videos. It will really help topics. It's by topics. This is some by training, but this arrange it in a more organized format, right? So like what I was asked about the other time about some PDF about Outlook. In most cases, I think it's individual that usually print all those PDF and all that. So these days, anyway, Microsoft prefer to actually put up some video, put up some things on online to do that. So you can just try to check this and under what is new. So if you want to keep yourself abreast about how update is coming up in Microsoft Teams, which I think should be useful. So these are all the updates they are doing. They brought in the update and what exactly is doing. So this about there's nothing here really. So but this is why I come in here anyway. So this training, so we can just go through it and it will really help a lot because I believe I may not be able to talk through so many things. So many things might skip my head, many things I don't even know. So that is just the truth. So we have to stop here for today. So we need to have maybe about one more class, right? So in that I would just do a very quick review on Microsoft Teams because I don't think nothing much on Microsoft Teams, to be very honest, at least for a user, nothing much, right? So then we do SharePoint and OneDrive together, so we need to talk about two of them together. And essentially for SharePoint as well, the bulk of managing SharePoint is with the admin, so just a very little thing we have to talk about in SharePoint, and we have some bulk of things to talk on OneDrive. So that is all for today. So I don't know, any other question? If absent of none, we can call it a day.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Shola.
Welcome.
When are we having the last session, tomorrow or Friday? Are you sure one session is fine? Like one class is fine for everything you need to talk about? So are we having it tomorrow or Friday?
Let's look at Friday. If you want it tomorrow, I don't think I will be available, to be very honest. So let's
Friday.
look at Friday. Yeah. So actually, I want us to maybe be spreading it so that it can be at least maybe we can practice, and when we practice, maybe we can have questions and we can encounter some things and we can learn.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you,
over to you,
everyone. Hello, Mr. Coyote, are you with us?
Yeah, thank you. So on Friday, same time, 2 p.m.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your patience. And if you have any question, any issue at all, so you can ask any question. No question is